Hunter Yurachek got something last week that not a lot of other athletic directors have happened in their careers. And we're going to talk to him coming up here on the Morning Rush, not just about that, but protocols this fall inside of Razorback Stadium. Might even ask him what his favorite thing to put on a sausage biscuit is this morning as we're live from Hardee's.
As a real badge of toughness. We'll talk about that in just a moment with Hunter Yurachek. Hey, Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have your CDL license without an automatic restriction, want to be home at nights, work with a great company with great pay and benefits and a team environment, this might be the opportunity just for you. Apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hunter, appreciate you making some time for us this morning. Walk us through the scrimmage last Saturday. What were you thinking as Josh Oglesby was getting tackled out of bounds a mere couple feet in front of you?
I was thinking, guys, get out of the way, make sure Josh doesn't get hurt, and protect my cup of coffee. And I did pretty good on three of those things. I didn't protect my face, though. That's for sure. I got my body, my legs out of the way, protected Josh, and ironically did not spill a sip of my coffee. But
you didn't spill
Josh's
any?
cleat brushed across my face, and I think that's everybody saw the picture for sure.
Wow.
No coffee anywhere?
No coffee anywhere.
Wow.
I had it in a very strong Yeti cup with a top on it. So I don't know how you guys are about your morning coffee, but I need all of it for sure.
So, Hunter, you get home, you walk into the house, and I'm assuming Jennifer's the first person you see of your family. She looks at you and goes, Hunter, what happened? What did you tell her? How did you explain that to her?
Oh, don't worry. I've got three boys. Two of the three of them participate on Arkansas's football team. One is a graduate assistant, one is a player. And then my 16-year-old son, Brooks, was actually with me. He's a guy, if you look at the video, that's running away. And then after Dad gets hit in the face, he just continues watching the scrimmage. It shows little concern for his dad. So he had already beaten me home and told my wife exactly what happened. So she knew kind of a little bit of, what to expect when I walked in the door because he had already shared the story with her.
Hunter, take us behind the scenes a little bit with you and your senior team as y'all are putting the final touches on the season. You're 15 days out, 2 weeks from tomorrow. What's going on inside the building right now as you ready for the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our team's preparing. This will be kind of the official end of fall camp today. They've got a scrimmage tomorrow, and then we start classes Monday, and our student athletes and coaches will get kind of in their season routine beginning on Monday following tomorrow's scrimmage. And then from a standpoint of just event operations, I mean, we're preparing to return to where we were during the 2019 season, where we've got tailgating all around the stadium, that we've got full capacity. Our band and cheerleaders are on the field, and we want it to seem as normal as possible. Now, there'll be some things with the new mask mandate on campus where we will most likely ask our fans in the club areas and the suite areas to enter those areas with their mask on. And similar to last year, when you get to your suite, you'll be able to make a personal decision for you and your guests in your suite about what that masking looks like. But we're preparing for full capacity. We've got a number of tickets sold, both for the Rice home opener and the following weekend versus Texas, and we're excited about the season. Our team's excited and energized. Our staff is excited and energized, and based on ticket sales to date, the Razorback fan base is energized and excited about the upcoming season.
You bring up masks. There's a lot of fans that have asked about what the policy is going to be in the open-air part of the stadium, where the general admission is and people are seated. Has there been a decision, or what's that going to be like for fans? What can you tell us?
I think as you look at our outdoor venues like football and like soccer, I think as long as you're sitting outside, that will be your personal choice, at least as where we sit today, whether you mask or don't mask, whether you come as a vaccinated individual or an unvaccinated individual. We all have options this year that we did not have last year, and I think the guidance we have received from our medical professionals from the CDC is that outside is much safer for those large gatherings and doing so inside.
Hunter Yurachek with us here on the Morning Rush. I know there's been a lot of planning and preparing for the Texas game, but you mentioned the Rice game and getting to that. What kind of crowd do you think that we could expect for that game? I know you're still pushing tickets. You've offered some complimentary tickets this last week to season ticket holders. We've not yet been able to see that stadium near full capacity since its expansion with the north end zone. How close may we be for the season opener in your estimation?
Well, I will tell you that we're between our general public and donor ticket sales and season ticket sales to our students. We're approaching the 50,000 mark just in season tickets sold, and then you add some single game tickets on top of that for the Rice game, and I think you will see, if people use those tickets, a crowd well over 50,000 for that game, and we're less than 5,000 tickets away from the following weekend, the Texas game, being sold out, and that's just going to be a really special weekend. But it won't be as special as Coach Pittman says we don't take care of business on the field September the 4th. So, we need our fans to show up September the 4th and give us that home field advantage as we open the season. And then after we take care of business, then we can all turn our attention to the September the 11th game versus Texas.
Hunter, back to and this will be the last mass vax question because I'm so sick of talking about it, but we have gotten a flurry of text. I know there's been some concerts at the AMP that will require you to have a proof of COVID shot. Just to be clear, to enter Razorback Stadium this fall, there's no proof that you have to have a COVID vaccination this fall, is there?
At this time, that is not going to be something that we implement. And I say that at this time because this virus continues to change and evolve as it has over the last 15 to 16 months. And as I tell our staff each and every day that we need to remain flexible and have a sense of humor when some of the things change. And not that the COVID virus isn't all humorous, but that, we as a staff are remaining flexible, and I tell our fans that we just have to remain flexible. The most important thing is that we play the games, and we play the games in front of full capacity. And that may mean that all of us, just like our student athletes and our staff and our coaches, we're going to have to make some type of sacrifice. I don't like to wear a mask more than anybody else likes to wear a mask. But, boy, I'm going to tell you, if that means that we can have full capacity in all of our venues this year, so be it. It's not that big of a sacrifice to make, not only for myself, but to protect those that are around me during the course of the game. But to answer your question, right now, there's not going to be a vaccination required policy in our venues. And I stress that right now because this continues to change.
Hunter, I think one of the things people have really appreciated about you as the athletics director at Arkansas is the competitive fire nature you seem to have. I remember walking outside of Bankers Life Fieldhouse following the Sweet 16 win over Oral Roberts, and I don't think there was a more crazed Razorback fan than you. There was countless videos that made their way to social media, and I know you want this football team to be successful under Coach Pittman. How excited are you and how ready are you as just a fan itself for this season and with all these non-conference games like at Texas, with these competitive SEC and the slate ahead? How juiced up are you 15 days out from the season ahead, Hunter?
I'm as juiced up as I've been for any football season, guys. Just going out this fall and watching how fall camp has evolved and watching the energy and the enthusiasm and the passion that our coaches coach with, that our players are playing with, to see this team really coming together, to see the trust that the coaches have in the players and the trust that the players have in the coaches and the trust that the players have in each other. I haven't seen a group come together like this during a fall camp. And so I'm excited to see this team get out on the field September 4th. We have incredible senior leadership. We have a number of what we call the COVID super seniors that decided to come back and use another year of eligibility and play this year. We've got 19 starters returning. We've filled some voids on our defensive line in some of our skill positions and created some depth in a number of areas. This team is going to be better than any team Razorback fans have seen in a long, long time. We still have the toughest schedule in the country, not making excuses. To be a much, much better Razorback team, I'm not saying we're going to the CFP this year, but I think it will be a team that Razorback fans week in and week out will be very proud to cheer for and see play because they're going to leave it out on the field each and every game.
What you attend practice regularly, as we know, and you referenced it there and gave us some good insight. Where have you seen the most improvement in this camp, in this team? What's your football eyes telling you from what you've seen watching practice?
First of all, just they've come together as a team. You know, you think back to Sam Pittman's first year, he did not have a spring practice. He had abbreviated summer workouts. He had abbreviated fall camp. And so this is the first time we've had a year really to evaluate what our team looks like in a number of areas. And I think the thing you will notice more than anything is that the depth that we have across the field that we have not had in the past, where we've had to leave, you know, our linebackers out there to play 70, 80 plays a game. We're going to be able to rotate guys at a number of positions to keep guys more fresh than we have in the past. And I think that will be a difference in our performance on the field, because if you can rotate guys in and out of the game all over the field, then that allows you to continue to play at the level we want to play at for 4 quarters. And so I think the biggest thing you'll notice is the depth and the number of players that get an opportunity on the field from one game to the next and from one quarter to the next.
When you compare where things were when you arrived inside the football program versus where they are at today, what jumps out to you the most and where this program's at down the road compared to when you first arrived, watch those first practices and team activities? Give us some insight on where you think this program's advanced in your time in Fayetteville.
Yeah. You know, that's such an easy answer for me. It's just the culture of our football program. You know, one of the things that when I made a change in our football coaches that it was easy to see is that our young men were no longer having fun playing the game of football. They didn't enjoy coming to practice. They didn't enjoy being there for the games. And I mean, you invest a great deal of time as a student athlete not to enjoy what you're doing. I mean, what you see day in and day out as our players just love being on the football field. They love practicing. They love being around each other. They love being around their coaches. There's such an energy and a passion and enthusiasm. And so I'm just going to say one word, the culture. The culture of our Razorback football program is totally different today than it was 3 or 4 years ago. And that's a credit to Sam Pittman and the staff he has hired and what he wants the culture of his team to be. It is taking shape for sure.
Hunter, 2 more questions before we let you go. We've talked a lot of football. One question on basketball, one question on baseball. The facility for the Arkansas men's baseball team, how excited is Dave Van Horn to be able to use that, and what is that going to do for this baseball program moving forward?
Sure. There's not another facility in the country. People that have come in and seen it from other institutions, other recruits, have labeled it a Power 5 football-like facility for a baseball program. I mean, we went around, Coach Van Horn and our architects, and we toured what we thought were 5 or 6 of the best baseball facilities in the country, took bits and pieces from each of those facilities to create the best baseball facility in the country. And you put that J.B. and John L. Hunt Family Development Center along with Baumwalker Stadium, along with the Fowler Indoor Center that we have there, and it's the best baseball complex. And what it's enabling Coach Van Horn and his staff to do. They were already doing a great job of recruiting, but it's not very hard to sell a young man on his development as a baseball player when you take a recruit and his parents through that facility. And then, you know, as Coach Van Horn and his staff have moved in, our players are returning to campus and moving in, and it's the first time they've been able to actively use that facility. It is a game changer for our program that was already really, really good.
You talk about recruiting, Hunter. There's a picture that just made its way on social media of Darren Ford bench pressing Coach Muss this morning. I know you can't comment on just Arkansas commits, but you guys have been doing a pretty stellar job of recruiting Arkansas fans inside of Bud Walton Arena. Less than 2,000 tickets. All the lower bowls have been sold out. What can you tell Arkansas fans about remaining season tickets within Bud Walton Arena this upcoming season?
Well, if you have an interest, you better get them fast because, as you expressed, there are not many tickets left already for this upcoming men's basketball season. And I've been able to go over to the basketball facility throughout the summer and watch our team work out. And Coach Musselman has done an incredible job putting some pieces together around those guys that were returning Devo and Jalen and KK, we've got an opportunity to have a really, really good basketball team this year if we can stay healthy. And it's going to be a team that Razorback fans are going to enjoy watching. Same thing I said about football, just the culture within our men's basketball program. It is really, really special. And, we've got some great returners, and we've surrounded them with some transfer students, an incoming freshman or two, and Coach Musselman has done an incredible job. And you saw
And that's going to do it for Hunter Yurachek this morning, Director of Athletics at the University of Arkansas. Hunter, really appreciate you making some time for us on the Morning Rush, and can't wait to see this football team in 15 days.
The start of the season is just around the corner, and if you're into sports betting, Bet Online is where you should go to win some money today. Whether it's live bets during games or future bets on who you think will win the championship, Bet Online has all the latest odds, news, and information for all your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next big game or before the season starts, head on over to Bet Online and start playing today. That's Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts.